want to do here real quick is I'll play one more event, I think. I'll do one more with Blue-Eyed Control, I think. Oh, this is the Explorer deck. Never mind. Let's go back. Come on, you slow ass shitty client. Okay, let's play standard Blue-Eyed Control. I'm gonna do one more run with this. I just need to record something fast for the video for the YouTube channel, and then I'm going to play other games. And I can't wait for you to join me. The first game we're going to be playing today is Riven. Riven's awesome. For me to play Temur Lands? You want me to run it through? I guess so. Sure. I don't think it's a very good deck right now. I mean, it's fine, but everybody's got tons of hate for this deck, so I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how well this deck's gonna stand up. That said, we're playing a bunch of goofy, you know, rogue decks in these events. So anyway, sure, whatever. I'll play Temur Fireballs then. This is the list. I don't know if I want to change it. I don't really care to change it. I could take a look real quick. I just want to jump into something fast here. I don't care really what deck I play. I just don't want to spend too much time playing Magic today. We're going to be switching it up soon. Let's see. Is there an updated list I could look at here? Ready Courtyard times 2, Echoing Deep 6/6, 4, 3 Outlook 2 Courtyard. Oh, playing the Sky Turtle in the main? Playing Doppelgang in the main. Weird. I don't know why. This is Tristan Wild LaRue's list, who is a very, very good player, who I'm just going to copy their list, because they know a lot more than me about this deck now that I haven't... What? They're playing 3 Ill-Timed Explosion, 3 World Soul's Rage. Why? 3 Spelunking, 3 Virtue? This is the list they're playing. That seems insane to me. Wow, they're not playing T-Rex, they're playing Thrun instead. I don't have any... Oh, I do have Thruns, never mind. Why is Thrun better? That is wild. 2 Pick Your Poison, 3 Negate, 2 Abrade. Another Doppelgang. Yeah, see, this is the danger of playing other people's decks. I don't know why they're putting these cards in their sideboard. It's kind of weird. No Bonnie Paul. Vampire's Vengeance, 2 Turn the Earth. Double Thrun, Pick Your Poison. Ugh, come on. To put the whole goddamn name in here? Really? Sure. And 1 Vampire's Vengeance, so no hearses. Oh my fucking god, please. Okay, there we go. Sure, let's do that. And we'll run it. Alright, I'm gonna run it like that. Happy? Everybody good? Okay. I don't care what I play, so I'll play whatever you guys want. I was just gonna play the same deck as yesterday, but... Riven, the sequel to Myst, yeah. It's gonna be... They just remade it. There's a remake, and it looks gorgeous. I got it already, so I'm gonna be playing it. I love puzzle games and exploration, and I hope some of you stay tuned for that after the Magic, but we're gonna do this for the YouTube, so let me get that going real quick. Let me catch up first. Post my links. Okay, nice, Dujo. I'll have to check it after. The win conditions, I know. Yeah. They have the yeah, Deadly Dispute or whatever. But well, that's why you're playing these things in the sideboard, Thrun and Tyrannix Rex. I mean, Thrun is really good against blue-black, but blue-black's not a real deck that I see ever anywhere. Like, once in a while you see it, but it's tiny. It's less than 1% of the metagame. You're much more likely to play against blue-white, and Thrun sucks against blue-white. But again, they might take out their Sunfalls, so this is better? I don't know. Really weird. But I guess when you've got the Turtle Shigeki thing, maybe you just don't need all the win cons, but ill-timed explosion is so important. Can you really play 3? Seems insane. Okay, whatever. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for another episode of the Magic the Gathering events. We're going to be playing another standard best of 3 event. This time we're going to be jamming Temur Fireballs. That's right, it's the deck everybody hates to play in Digital Magic. It's by far the most miserable deck you can play on Arena and Magic Online. Why? Because of the clicking. It's not even very fun in real life because of all the shuffling. At least online we don't have to shuffle. But it's got way too many shuffle effects and way too many clicking online that it's miserable, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it for you. So this is the deck. This is based off of the 10K at the last RCQ, or at the last RC, Dallas RC. There was a side event, 10K. And this is Tristan Wild LaRue's list. So for those of you who don't know how the deck works, get out from under your rock, because it's been in standard for a while now. But basically, it uses all these fetch lands to pull out all the basics out of the deck. That allows Virtue of Strength to tap any basic for 3 mana, and you can just fireball somebody for a huge amount of damage. Early in the game, you're milling a bunch of lands, putting lands in the graveyard with Analyst. These lands sacrifice and put themselves in the yard. Analyst brings them all back. It's very easy to get to big mana, and then you World Soul's Rage, shoot people, Doppelgang, copy the board, crash the arena client, and get disconnected. That also happens. You have to be careful not to allow that to happen. You've got a Shigeki Turtle Loop in here to rebuy your win conditions and other stuff. Deluges to dig through your deck and find what you need. Nissa goes off with all these ETB lands. It also finds you your Analysts. You've got some Fires of Victory and Ill-Timed Explosion to manage the creature decks, and then a bunch more stuff in the sideboard like Vampire's Vengeance against Boros, a Braid against specifically Unlicensed Hearse if people bring that in against you. You've got Pick Your Poison, same kind of thing, eating the Hearses, as well as really good against Esper Midrange. Negates and the Tyrannex and Thruns against Control. Basically, you take out the whole Fireball package and you try and bring in stuff that doesn't care about the graveyard. So this is the deck. We're going to run it through an event. I will see you in round 1. Okay, done. It's okay. No, I don't mind doing it, but it is brutal. It is a very click-heavy deck, right? Like, it's a lot of clicking. Oh wait, yeah, I can. Okay, let's recycle this. Ooh. And let's go to an event here. I really should just try and get Mythic on the ladder, but we gotta record something for YouTube here, so sure. Temur Balls. It's a fun deck, but, you know, a lot of people, once they play it for the first time on Arena, they're like, oh boy, I don't want to play this again. It's a very powerful deck and stuff, but it's so much annoying clicking and crap like that. It's just, yeah, it's... Job, what's up? But I played it a ton. I played it months ago when it first kind of came out. Okay. Neo's up there. We'll leave Neo on the screen, because you're such a cute boy. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for round number 1. And no fetch lands. That is bad. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna try this, I guess. We'll see what happens. Maybe my opponent thinks I'm on mono red aggro or something. Virtue of Strength also really nice. You can, you know, buy back your creatures that die, buy back your Analysts, etc. Wow, what the fuck is going on here? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you are playing a lot of land in this deck, but it's 50% land, 30 lands. But you often draw the fetch lands. You don't draw all basics, usually. Ginger... Oh, this is the cookies deck. Good. Let's see if we can smash these cookies. No. Okay. Bye-bye artifacts. Nice. Hopefully they have a Zoetic Glyph or whatever in their hand just rotting away. I'm probably going to do this first. Ooh. Yes. Sadly, we're not getting blue with this, which kind of sucks. That's okay. We will need more green at some point. Could Virtue back the land, but that seems silly. Let's pass. Setting up an Analyst into Activate Analyst. But my opponent's gonna have to play some creatures here, and then maybe we get to explode them all away. We'll see. You beat more bosses in Elden Ring, nice. Arena Direct. I don't know what that is. If I don't play mono blue, I deserve to suffer. It's okay. No, but as the rest, I played this deck a lot, so don't worry. You're not you're not. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Subterranean Schooner. I haven't seen that card in a minute. I guess we're gonna deeps here, even though it's not really the fetch land I want to copy. But you know what? More lands in the yard, more good, right? Something like that. We'll do this. Mill some cards. There's a blue source. All basics? Are you kidding? What is with us all? It's really annoying because then we're going to have these fetch lands that don't fetch anything. And it's going to affect our ability to, you know, trigger Nissa and other stuff. Ridiculous how many basics I've found already, actually. It's kind of insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's more than half of them. There's 17 basics in the deck. Jeez. Big swings. I take it. Smoltron, how you doing? Terribly close match against Cookies today. Teamer lands lost 1-2 because they're Cauldron. Ah, yeah, the Cauldron's good against us, for sure. Jite on top. Okay. Yeah, passive Graveyard Hate is really good. Like, this deck gets a lot worse when people are playing Graveyard Trespasser and Cauldron and Dennick and... Well, Dennick... I guess it's only World Soul's Rage getting lands out of the yard that Dennick shuts down. But Dennick not so much, but like Lord Skitter, you know, all this kind of stuff. Hard-hitting question. Dear God. Okay, let's get back the Analyst here. And playing Analyst again. Oh, yeah. I can just slam Virtue next turn, but I don't think I'm going to do that into their open mana. They're missing land drops over here. Probably just going to activate the... Analyst here. Vegete. Sure. Got me. Yeah, World Soul's Rage put up to X. Oh, it doesn't. It does work. Oh, I thought Dennick doesn't shut down. I thought it was target lands in your graveyard. Okay, never mind. Then I'm wrong. So Dennick doesn't do anything, but you know what I mean. The passive Graveyard Hate. I said like Lord Skitter, Graveyard Trespasser, Cauldron. You know, things that just passively eat things from the graveyard. Obviously are very good against you. But this is already to the point where we're doing some big things here. Should I just Virtue right now? What do they have to kill a Virtue in play? Anything? I don't want to get Tidebindered here, so I think I'm just going to do this now. Let's attack. Let's activate. And I'm just going to put all this into play. This will copy Brokers. That's for the echoing whatever. Sure, that should be the rest of our basics. Almost all of them out of our deck here, yeah. No more mountains. Yeah, we just have a couple forests and some islands left. Okay. Jam this. Draw some cards. Probably not going to... Oh. No. Okay, let's pass. We're at 20 life. We have infinite mana. So I just need to deluge into a fireball and they lose. I don't know if they play negate in the main deck, but we shall see. Oh, Torf is crushing up to 21k. This Torf is on fire. Nice. Today's my day. You love it. Remember, all the games are live, everybody. It is casino day, so go ahead and enjoy yourself. We've got slots. There's roulette. There's gamba. Remember, you're using the wings are free. You get them by sitting around and watching the subpar content on my channel. So enjoy. Use those wings here because you can't use them anywhere else. Great. Well, that gets... I guess I have one more land in the deck. I have so much mana here. 11, 12... Sorry, 11, 12, 15. So I have, yeah, 45 mana. Let's just deluge. We'll just look for Fireball to end this, I think. Dwarf goes all in and doubles up. There you go. I could take another one of these. I guess I'll take those. Not amazing. Can I please find a fireball? Still have more than enough mana to slam fireball. I could have played another virtue there, but I just need to find one fireball and this is over. 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, really? Okay. I guess so. 11, so I have 33 mana still. I think it's just going to be another deluge here. Okay. Thank you. And all of that. That's 24, 30. So let's go to the face. Duel me? Nope. I am not dueling you guys. Okay, whatever. Yes, sure. Thank you. Alright, game 2 here. Fireballs. Giving them the business. What am I playing against? Oh, cookies. Right. Maybe Vengeance? A Braid is obviously good. Vampire's Vengeance is interesting. Sack an Artifact is not great. They have so many cheap artifacts. Doppelgang I don't need. I don't think I need the recursion with Sky Turtle, that's for sure. Maybe I'll keep it. I feel like Vampire's Vengeance is good. Fires of Victory? They'll cut one Nissa. Catching up with you. Superman with the fire emotes. Vampire don't do much? Why not? Oh, because their stuff is too big or something? I think their stuff is mostly small at first, but it does get big quickly. You don't think I should play it? They make 4/4s, but a lot of their stuff is small. Not every creature is a 4/4. Like, I can just kill a bunch of this stuff early, maybe. I'm gonna try it. Let's see. Let's see how bad it is. It could be. You could be right. It could be not worth it if I can't hit the small creatures before they grow. But sometimes, yeah, they'll make 4/4s with the guy, but the guy who makes the 4/4s dies to the Vengeance, right? Yeah, the double red is rough. That's the problem, and you never want red early. Red is the third color in this. Green is number 1, blue is number 2, red is number. So you play only 4 mountains, where you're playing 6 islands and forests. Like your double red is too much, I think, to have early with this deck. That's why you don't see it. Plus, having instant speed is good because if you against Imidane's Recruiter, that's really what the Vampire's Vengeance is for. Is the Boros matchup, right? I will try this, I guess. Get green. Sure. You broke Waft Turtle? No. Oh, you won. There you go. Shutting Torf down. Torf is beating everybody. But then did he lose? Amnesia, how you doing? Yeah, give it back to Charlie. Nice. Waft Turtle's here. Yeah, your curse. There's the Soul Cauldron. Okay, sure. That's why we have a Braids. Well, let's not play our fetch lands just yet. I guess the next one I do need to find an island. Sure, that's fine. All lands, huh? Not a big surprise there. Let's see what we've got here. Opponent not wasting any time. Sure. Guess I should have jammed Spelunking there, but who cares? Yeah, maybe I should have played Spelunking instead. My bad. Yeah, I definitely should have played Spelunking. I don't know what I was thinking. Soul Guide Lantern. Oh yeah, maybe I should side. I'll go the anti-graveyard package here after this. Ill-timed. It's not good enough. Hmm. Hmm. No, let's discard Mountain. We'll hit that Surge Engine, and then next turn we can abrade the Agatha Soul Cauldron and start getting back to work here. Hmm. Sure. Pop this guy up. There's a do nothing that they probably have to keep on top because they need more pressure here. Yeah. They've got to keep this terrible. Like, this card's great on turn 1 when you go turn 1 into turn 2 artifact, turn 3 artifact, turn 4 artifact. But on turn 5 or 6, I don't know if I like that one. I don't know. I guess they have no choice here, but they should probably mill that. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's actually get a forest then in that case. I've got the second blue in hand here. Random Sentinel. Doing a bunch of damage to me. Hopefully find a way out of this soon. We shall see. I presume they're going to have negates and spell pierces, D-strokes, things like that, but they only have one colored mana. They kept a creature on top here, so if they play their creature, they can't counter anything. We'll see. Probably time for another ill-timed. Cat, how you doing? Waft Turtle, okay. Mow the yard? Oh, yeah, right. I keep forgetting you don't live in Vancouver. I was going to say, it's pouring rain outside. You're going to go mow the lawn? Right. Good luck. Stay hydrated. I know it's probably super hot there. Yep. Mapping it up. See if we can deluge. I'm going to have to discard a Virtue of Strength here to wipe the board, but I will do that if I have to. It's warm there, Smoltron? Nice. And you're almost on vacation time, aren't you? Okay. I mean, we've got to do this. Damn. Okay. Go, I guess. Could just die to a random Zoetic Glyph here, but not much I can really do about that. Last night was your last night. Nice. Go on vacation in the morning. Nice. Day 1 gaming and drinking beer. Yeah, and getting back to a normal sleep schedule. That's the worst part about... Now you're on vacation, but you're so used to going to bed at 7 in the morning, you can't do anything all day. You're just up all night, right? Take the big damages. Can I find an action card? Not exactly, but... Gotta be careful how we tap here. Opponent doesn't know what to do with their Soul Guide Lantern. Haven't played a land yet this turn either. Or I just did play a land. What am I saying? Okay, so let's get blue and blue. Damn it! I needed to hit Analyst there. I did not. Okay. Yeah, soul guide me, dude. Come on. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Yes. Gonna mill more. This guy's just gonna chump now that I have World Soul, so I think we'll be fine here, but... Finally, dear God. Sure. Why didn't they wait for the trigger? They didn't wait for my Analyst trigger to resolve. Okay, they exile my graveyard. I'm at 5. Time to map up, huh? Let's see here. So what could I find that's good here? I don't think that matters, right? Is that lethal? I don't think so. Yeah. Sure. Oops. Land. Land? Aww. Okay. I think we were a little too slow on the draw here to find what we needed. Took us way too long to find a big thing to discard, but... sure. 9. So let's go Nis. Okay, so let's pay X is 2. Just gotta kill the brute. 2. Make some mana here. Hopefully we find a an Analyst here. But we only have 1 card in the yard. Okay. There it is. Okay, now we've got some life. Let's pass. Okay, so we're not dead here. I guess if they have Tidebinder, I could be dead. But I want to block and sack here. We'll see. You guys gambling away? Oh, I have outs. Yep. Not dead yet, as you can see. Nissa is pretty good here because she generates a bunch of mana, so playing Nissa, just gotta be careful with the World Soul there. If I go X is big, then like it's kind of pointless because I'm not putting a bunch of lands into play, and I don't need to kill. Like the 5/6 is a problem, but I can block the 5/6. What I can't block is the Ginger Brute. That's the thing I have to kill, right? So making sure the Ginger Brute is off the battlefield only required a little bit of mana, which lets me trigger Nissa, play an Analyst, leave up the activation here. Now my opponent doesn't know what to do because they know I'm just going to block and sack. Yeah, they're going to pump up the small guy, try and get him big, but nope. First try is a whiff. Second try is a whiff. Oh boy, that's not good. Otawara is good, though. Otawara is very good. I'm sure I'm making a bunch of mistakes with this deck, too. This deck is complicated to play. There's a lot of different lines, and of course, doing the math with how much mana you can make, especially when you have Nissa in play, or a bunch of lands in the yard, and you have Analyst or World Souls or whatever, you have to do a lot of, like, pre-planning and pre-calculating how much resources you're gonna have and all this other stuff. So yeah, like, I can Analyst and make a bunch of mana, but... that's okay. Activate. So, take 3, gain 3. So we sit at 4 life. I don't think I have many more lands to fetch here. They exiled a few of them. Sure. Okay. Now we're at full power here. Minus 1 mountain, so 16 land. 15 currently. Well, that sucks. Really? I draw the last Nissa in the deck to kill me here? Well, that fucking sucks. Damn. Almost anything off the top there. Any of our big powerful cards would have been great. No such luck. Didn't see a single virtue that game. Still had 2 deluges. A World Souls, a Shigeki would have been nice. Too late for any of that stuff. I die. Let's go to game 3. Now I get to be on the play, and with all the graveyard hate they're siding in, maybe I just take out a bunch of the graveyard nonsense. Like, let's take out Shigeki. I already took out the turtle. Yeah, Vampire's Vengeance. That game, it seems like they're taking out a bunch of their small stuff, so I'll take out the Vengeance. Maybe I'll leave in Spelunking, but stuff like this, I don't know if that's good enough. Maybe Doppelgang is worth playing here. Doppelganging a bunch of their stuff? Ugh, that seems bad though, right? No, I'm gonna take that out. Okay, let's try it like this. So, no graveyard recursion here. No snake. See if it's good enough. Play first. Sure. Go get a swamp. Or a swamp, I mean a mountain. I'm looking at Riveteers, thinking Jund, thinking black mana here, but the Cheeto bag? What? Cheeto bag. What's the Cheeto? I didn't get that reference. Swamp. Island. That's how you pronounce it, alright? It's Canadian pronunciation. Montaigne. Woo! You getting abraded, homie. Get lost. Nice. Spelunkadunk. Ooh. Analyst is interesting. Can't play it and activate it next turn, but maybe I just leave up fires kicked. It's not bad either. Do 4 damage to something. We'll see what they play. If they don't play anything to the board, like an actual creature, they just play some, you know, Soul Guide Lantern or something, then maybe I just draw 2 cards. I'm not sure. We shall see. Oh, he was dueling you with a Cheeto. Oh, with a family-sized bag of Cheetos. I see. That's what that is. Family-sized bag of Cheetos. French roots, eh? Montaigne. Tu parles français. Eh bien. Yeah, let's just kill that cookie, right? So they could have Spell Pierce here, so I'm gonna lead with fires and not kick it. They can't pierce this. And then I will play Aftermath, which they also can't pierce. So even though I don't have to pay the mana for pierce, yeah. Presume they're just sitting on a Spell Pierce in their hand. Nice. 1 land. Not ideal. Now what? Let's see. Southern inbred cousins. I love southern food. I love the food from that region is awesome. Okay, are they gonna kill it in response? No. Okay. I don't think there's any need to do anything now. I want to wait till I find either a Nissa or they force my hand by killing the Analyst, right? There's no reason to ramp and pull 2 lands out of my graveyard right now. It's just, there's not doing anything. Take 1. More lands that go to the graveyard. Okay. Tempting to Analyst here on end step, because as soon as they play something big, which I'm guessing this turn they're gonna do, or whatever, make this into a 4/4, whatever, like put some big beef on the field. We're gonna be exploding, right? Yeah, something like that. This thing turns into a 5/4, but it costs 4 mana to do that. They don't have 4 mana. They need to pay 1 first and then another 3, right? Let's see if they Tidebind here. If they have it, they have it. Yep. Not bad, but now I get to explode and wipe their board. Yeah. Okay, Thrun should be pretty good here too. Cabaretti. Okay. Deal. Pump it up. Ooh. Let's try and go for Aftermath here. Maybe they negate. Let's see if they have a hard counter. I'm pretty sure they're still sitting on Spell Pierce over there. But you never know. Sideboarded negates are a thing. Let's do it now. I don't want to get Tidebindered again. Echoing Deeps can come in as a copy of Cabaretti. Okay. The last couple forests here. The last mountain. Of our islands. So we have one more island in the deck. No more forests, no more mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna jam Thrun here. I could Deluge, but I'm pretty sure they're sitting on counter magic. I know they can't counter this. So let's just pass. And I've got a Deluge and a Virtue. Virtue they can't touch in Adventureland. Now they can exile my graveyard to get rid of the Deluge, I suppose. But if I get to go Virtue of Strength into Deluge, I probably win the game. 5, 6, 11, 15 mana. So I use 7, go down to 8, and then 8 times 3 is 24. I guess I can't kill. Well, it depends if I hit them with Thrun or not. Let's see. Ooh, not growing, huh? They only have 1 blue mana left. Okay. Interesting. I assume no attacks. Really? Is there a pump spell? I'm not gonna block here. That's silly. Sure. Ooh. They're not gonna tap all the way. Okay, they ditch a Schooner. They're gonna leave these 2 mana untapped, I presume. I'm assuming they have negate here. We'll see. Well, what's it gonna be? Hello, Prince. How you doing? Cards to use post-rotation? No, not really. A little bit, but no, I haven't really thought about it. But I'm gonna write an article tomorrow about that exact subject, so I'm gonna be looking at it. I'm gonna be thinking about it. Let's see if we can jam Virtue. They counter this, that's okay. I'd rather they counter this than the Deluge, I think, here. Spell Pierce not good enough. Yep. Spell Pierce is what I put them on all game long. And it was not enough. One, two, three, four, five. Fire's Kicked doesn't do a ton. I could kill the Spyglass just to stop it from crewing. 1, 2, so I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe I just do, let's see, how many lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can just do World Soul for 5 here. I still have 2 more World Souls in the deck. Oh, but I don't have a bunch of basics to go get. Okay. Putting another couple of cards in my hand. I was gonna say, so maybe I could Fires of Victory. X is, you know, a lot, but this is just 4 damage, sadly. Let's do this. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That'll be pretty good next turn. Okay, pass. I could have 2 for 1 myself to kill this thing, but who cares? I just want to stop them from crewing and doing that much damage. Next turn, I think I have the win here. They have 1 card in hand, and they top deck 1 more. The Teething Wormlet. Last card is what, I wonder? Sure. Big swings. They get to make maps. Explore. Getting a land off the top. Nice. Oh, because it's green. Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Good game. All right. And that's match 1. Teamer Fireball's doing pew-pew fireball things. We'll see you in round 2. All right. I don't know what that was. All right, catching up with you guys. Yeah, they're keeping open Tidebinder. Yeah, we put them on that Spell Pierce the whole game, played around it. They were done. They couldn't beat that. So jump into another one. I'm trying to fly through this quickly, but yeah, Tidebinder is really good against us, obviously. I could have played around it, but I think I'd rather just get it out of their hand than sweep the board. I wanted to use the explosion anyway there, so not the end of the world. And yeah, it ends up not mattering, but thank you, Ezra. Appreciate it. And I'm gonna, like, I want your advice. I know you play this deck a lot, so I want to, like, look at the chat and see what you guys are saying, but you know, I just, for YouTube, I don't want to constantly be checking the chat. It's not a very good viewing experience on YouTube if I'm interacting with chat a lot, because obviously they can't chat, they're not part of it, and a lot of times they don't even see the messages, because they can see your guys' messages a little bit when they first pop up, but then you know, after a few minutes they can't see the old messages anymore. But we'll see if we can do that again. Yeah, so this deck is tricky. A lot of different lines, a lot of different ways that you can set up a win, or a winning, put yourself in a winning position. But it's hard to know, you know, you've got to know how many outs you have. You got to know exactly what numbers you're playing in terms of the lands that are left in the deck, in terms of how many fireballs and virtues are left, and how many memory deluges. They've exiled your graveyard, and you're like, hey, how many basics are left, and how much mana make? And it's tricky. It's a very tricky deck to play. Do not underestimate this deck. It seems really powerful, and it seems when you're playing against it, it seems like they always have the analyst, and they always get to like 17 mana super quickly, and there's nothing, it's hard to interact with that and whatever. But it's actually not hard to do consistently when your opponent's interfering with you. Or sorry, it is hard to do when your opponent's interfering with you, eating your graveyard and stuff, but understandable. Yeah, thank you guys. All right, here we go. guy sleeping. All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we are for the next round. We are 1-0 here. I don't think I can keep the one lander, sadly. So let's mulligan that. Oh, this is also really bad. 30 lands in this deck, but can't find a land or a hand with more than one. This no green source here means I can't keep this either, I think. Well, I'm on the draw with a 53% chance to hit a land here. If I do, like on the draw, ill-timed on the draw should be good against a lot of decks. Most of the decks that are playing creatures. It's too slow if Boros has a nut draw on the play. We're not going to win. But that's fine. We won't win anyway most of those games. Let me just do the math here. 11... So 11, 20, sorry, 19, 23, 29%. So I'm 53% to hit a land, and if I do hit a land, I'm almost 30% for it to be a forest. I think I'm going to keep this. And, I mean, the alternative is mulligan to 5, which is obviously really bad, so... I mean, it's probably... Our shot of drawing out of this is better than our shot of finding a 5-land hand that's better than this. You know what I mean? So I think we have to keep this. And hope we draw... Whoa, white mana? What the hell? Well, not drawing a single land with 50-50 to hit is not amazing. I have one more chance here. 3 coin flips. Can I lose them all? What the hell am I playing against? Very weird rogue deck here. Okay, it's maybe doing the same thing as us, but white? What are we playing white for? Huh. Maybe it's using the White Sun's Twilight to end the game. And blue. Okay, and we don't draw a single land. Classic. Yeah, losing 3 coin flips. I mean, it's better than a coin flip. We're up to 55% now to hit a land. But kind of crazy that we haven't hit one yet. Sure. So, a weird rogue take on the deck I'm playing. Like, this seems terrible in the big mana deck. Why do you want to play a little dinky mana, 2 mana draw card guy? Like, oh, I saw Atraxa there. Atraxa's part of the plan. Oh, I can't see it anymore. Atraxa was one of the cards they revealed, I think. Yeah. So they're doing this to ramp into an Atraxa? Is that the big payoff? There's got to be easier ways to do it, right? Isn't, like, Topiary Stomper Invasion of Zendikar a much more reliable way to do it than Analyst Mill Fetch lands and stuff? I guess I could have bounced something, right? Should have probably bounced this on upkeep. Oops. I was just too busy complaining about our lack of lands. That's a land, but it's not green. It's not green. Okay. Hopefully they go Nissa, Analyst, pass. Land, whatever. And then I get to wipe their board. By drawing an untapped, like a forest here. Forest is our only untapped green source. Uh-huh. No, I don't think they're going to play Nissa, right? Omen Path Journey. Fascinating. My opponent's got some weird brew going on here. I have no idea. They're playing every color except red. But with Maestro's Theater, this is just 5 color, right? No? They're not playing red. They don't want to just win quickly. They want it to really take a while. Rather than just fireballing your opponent. Yeah, I guess let's see what they do here. I'm gonna deluge, it's all I can do on end step. Uh-huh. Maybe they're playing black for removal? Maybe they have a bunch of go for the throats in their hand because they decided to play this crap instead of just comboing off. I think if you're doing big mana stuff, you should be doing the best thing you can do with all that mana, which is just kill the opponent with a fireball. That's the best thing you could possibly do, right? Playing Atraxa and all this little grindy stuff doesn't make sense. You're skipping all this, right? You're just going straight to I win. But I want to see what other payoffs there are. I mean, this is a much more mid-rangey deck, right? So maybe there are... Pillage is fine. Cavern of Souls? God, the mana... Liliana? The mana must be atrocious in that deck. Dear God. You can't play Cavern in a deck that's playing a bunch of these fetch lands and stuff, right? I don't know. Farewell? What the fuck? What am I playing against? I have no idea what's going on right now, and I'm scared. I'm really scared. Opponent's doing a thing. Wow. So it's a control deck, but they're playing this stuff as well. I don't know what's going on. It's a bit of everything. It's a little bit of a buffet. The old smorgasbord deck. They've got control elements. They've got, you know, all mid-range stuff. They're ramping. Trying to do it all, huh? Oh, oh my god. They're playing like a 80 card special here too. Jeez. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah, sure. Go nuts. You're gonna deck yours. And Kaya? Is that Kaya? Oh my god. That's the best we can do? Oops. Not. I guess they're playing one Atraxa, hoping they hit it. Okay. We get to Deluge finally. Wow. Crazy stuff happening. Gotta keep the green source here. Do I take Analyst? I mean, I definitely take Analyst, right? I just don't have... I only have one green, which sucks. Okay, let's do this. And... I'll discard Ill-Timed, I think. And Fires. We're not going to be doing any, killing any creatures with Fires, I think, here. These creatures don't matter, and the big stuff like Atraxa, we're not going to be able to kill with Fires, so... Yeah, let them play out their little dorks again. I think... I was going to say they're going to deck themselves, then I realized, they thought ahead. They're like, 80 cards. That's how you fit all this in. That's the solution. Crazy. Double Farewell. 2 farewells. Damn. Exile a thing. Sure. Mm-hmm. Creature lands? Scene of the crime? You can't be playing a bunch of that stuff if you're trying to do fetch land stuff, right? But apparently you can. I could have played Nissa first there, but I think this is fine. Yeah, I'm going to jam Nissa and pass. I'm going to set up for a big turn next turn, I think. So we've got 3 cards in the yard. Yeah. See what they do. I still haven't seen... Oh, this is just for Atraxa. That's why they're playing the 1 basic island. It must be, right? I haven't seen another blue card yet. I think it's just for the 1 Atraxa they're playing. Interesting. Anyway, so deck building, you know, a lot of people ask me to look at their decks and they say, you know, how can I make this deck better and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, go nuts. And the answer I almost invariably give them every single time is the best decks in Magic are focused. They're focused decks. Look at all the Pro Tour winning decks and all the decks that dominate the various metagames over the years. And they're focused. When Hogak was crushing Modern, it was all in on Hogak. When, you know, Storm is winning, it's when this, like, whatever your deck is trying to do, that's what you should be doing. Not trying to do everything all together at once, but that's people's natural kind of inclination is to try and be good against everything. They want to be good against everything, right? Okay, so I can just Shigeki back the turtle. I have 3. I'm gonna have 4 fetches. So I go land, make 2 mana, and then I've got 8 9 mana. I go Analyst, that's 6 down to 3. No. So I've got 9 mana. I go 2, 4, 6 down to 3. Bounce. Anyway, no. I go 6 down to 3. Then I put in 4. Go back up. Yeah, so let's do this. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so let's do this. Oops, shouldn't have played my land. I can go 2 cards. Just 1. Okay. And then... Oh, wait. I can't tap this for mana. Never mind. Okay, pass. So I get to go... Let's see here. Bounce Atraxa? Oh, is that enough? 8, 9, 10, 11. It's Xaxes? Sure. Fascinating. Anyway, so you should be focused. And the problem with doing a deck like theirs is, of course, they get smashed by, like, Boros, Convoke, and all the decks that are really focused and low to the ground are going to steamroll a deck like that, right? Because you're just going to draw hands of, you know, messy mana, farewells, all this kind of stuff. So the advantage here for them is no idea what to bring in against them. Could be... Jesus, what a mess. It's just all over the place. So there's no one thing it's doing. I can just bring in anything and it's going to be good or bad. Like, everything's going to be equally good or bad against them. Graveyard Hate will probably be fine against them, but I don't really need it. They're going to bring in a bunch of Graveyard Hate against me, right? So maybe I should take out, like, Shigeki Turtle and bring in the Tyranax and Thruns and stuff. Doppelgang, maybe. I wonder if they're going to have... I mean, who knows? I have no idea what they're going to have post-sideboard, right? Let's see. Corey, how you doing, buddy? Thank you, man. Yeah, doing well, doing well. We're playing this event. We're recording this for YouTube, so... Yeah, Norn. Whoops. Yeah, I missed it. I forgot about the stupid land trigger there. I just needed to untap and bounce the Norn. Bounce the Norn on their turn, untap and try and go off, but they had the removal spell plus a bunch of... they activated the creature land. I don't like fires. Maybe I cut fires. Or keep in 1. Who knows? I have no idea. This is the problem with playing against these kind of... Like, it's an 80-card pile. I have no idea. There's no sideboard I can possibly bring in that's going to be optimal here. We'll see. Dus! Do so, the dolphin? Do so.
Welcome to the squadron.
That's dolphin for your awesome. You speak dolphin, right? That means, god damn it, this is bullshit. In dolphin. I'm doing... Oh, Neo's looking at me like, are you okay? Let's see here. I'll keep this. Go get some green. The power level of each card is high, but it's a random assortment of cards. Yeah. So again, Magic, you're just going to get demolished by decks that are really consistent, that execute their game plan every single game. Same plan. This is what the deck's doing. Every card in the deck is built towards doing that thing, right? If you are doing all kinds of different things, you've got some removal, and you've got some early creatures, then you've got a bunch of sweepers that don't work with your creatures, and then you're playing a bunch of fetch lands and Analysts and Nissas, but your mana base has a bunch of non-basics. Like, you know, like these things keep clashing with each other, but people don't see that. They only see the times that they draw Farewell and it wins them the game. And they go, man, I have to find a way to keep this card in my deck. It's so good. It's like, well, if you're a control deck, yeah, but you're also playing like 2-drops and 3. Why are you playing Farewell? You're playing Analyst, for God's sakes, and these lands. Like, what if you need to Farewell exile your opponent's graveyard? Then it also just punishes you really badly? Like, that's not where you want to be. Anyway, you'll never convince people like this. They just have to have, you know, they'll figure it out at some point. But let's go Nissa Pass. But hey, it's Magic, right? So Magic is a game of variance, which is, most games are decided by luck. There's a lot of skill involved, but it's more than half luck. It's not skill. It's did you run into the right match? Did you have the right sideboard card? Did you draw better than them? Did they mana screw, mana flood, mulligans? All these things depend on variance. So even a quote unquote poorly built deck can still randomly win games of Magic. They just beat us last game because their random assortment of cards lined up well against what we were doing in that game. It can still happen. But the problem is when players take that and use that as an example of why this kind of thinking is flawed or wrong, or, if that was true, then, well, I just beat you. It's like, but you can't just cherry pick one game. I think if we play enough games, that deck should lose most of them, right? But try and convince somebody of that right after they just won, and they'll be absolutely adamant that that's not true, and, whatever else. It's kind of crazy. I remember even playing Limited, trying to convince people not to put 23 lands in their 40-card deck. And this guy was adamant that he was never playing less than 23 lands. And when I try to prod and say, well, why? Why would you do that? Where did you get that idea from? And he would say, well, I got mana screwed like 4 times last pre-release. And that's it. I was like, I don't want to get mana screwed again. So I put 23 lands in my deck, and I'm like, okay, like, I get it. I know, yes, mana screw's part of the game. It's going to happen in every deck. Look, I'm playing 50% lands in this deck, and I still had to mulligan almost to 5, game 1, right? That's Magic. But, you got to separate what you can control and what you can't. The variance is fine. Mathematically, you're fine with 17 lands. In fact, it's 1 land too many. Mathematically, it's just because you need to play 2 colors is why you're playing. Anyway, but, it doesn't matter. I told him, he won't listen. Nope, maybe for you. That's what you say, but I know what I feel. And what I feel is 23 is right. And it's like, oh my God. All right, well, good luck with that, I guess. I don't know what to say. Should I Omen? I can doppelgang the Omen Path journey here. It's kind of bananas. Let's get another blue sauce. Okay, so what am I doing with my life here? I'll go green, blue. One, two, three, four, five. Should I just analyst here? 4, 5, 6. I could copy an Omen Path journey. It's pretty interesting. I don't think I want to, though. It's not very good. 2, 3, 4. Make a bunch of mana. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this now. Yep. Okay. Let's get another red source. Sure. Green. It's this. This clicking is so brutal. It's fine when I have lands to fetch, but the client's not smart enough to know when you don't have any fetchable cards in your deck, so it forces you to fail to find, and you just keep having to click decline, 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 decline. Kind of ridiculous, but okay. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I could just doppelgang for 1,000,000 here, make a bunch of basics. 11, so I could do doppelgang X is 3. I think I like that. Let's use the green. Actually, and red. Oh, sure, another deluge. I probably can just go off this turn, right? Let's go analyst. How you guys doing? Sorry, Pappy, what's up? I'm recording for YouTube here, so just give me a here. Let's make some more mana. get the rest of our basics out of our deck so we can find our World Souls Rages and kill my opponent here, I think, on this turn. Seems pretty good to me. And now it's fail to find, fail to find, fail to find, right? I think I have islands, though. Brokers will find me something here. Yeah, 2 more islands. Okay. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you. Okay, let me catch up with you guys. Minimize variance over time, DJ. Yeah, ideally, yeah. You're using skill to do that and everything. But you can minimize all you want. You're not gonna make it a skill game over. Like the skill part is not gonna outweigh the variance. Look at it. Imagine it's a pie chart. You know, variance makes up half or more than half. If you're really, really good, maybe you can, and your deck decisions and like your choice of deck going into the tournament and the sideboard cards you choose and all these other factors, the ones under your control. Let's say you nail all of them. And you're right, you minimize the variance by like another 10%. So now it's like 40%, 50% variance instead of 55 or 45 instead of 55. Like it's still almost like the majority of the game is going to be decided by variance. That's just magic, right? You can minimize all you want, but it's still going to be mostly decided by variance. The best players in the world, they do all they can to minimize, and they still have to play a bunch of pro tours before they do well, and a bunch of big tournaments, right? Remember, nobody's just coming onto the pro scene and spiking it because they're so good. That just doesn't happen. If it ever happens, it's because they were very lucky and they disappear and you never hear of them again. Remember that guy a couple pro tours ago? He was like a Cinderella story. He was his first pro tour. He qualified last minute. He did like barely any testing. He managed to 3-0 the draft. He made top 8. And then you never heard his name again after that. I mean, that's kind of what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, you can have a crazy run sometimes if you get lucky, you know, enough in one tournament. But the pros are the pros because they are consistent, and that means they lose a lot. You don't hear about all the times that Reed Duke scrubs out or LSV scrubs out of the tournament, but it happens a lot, you know, until they get to the point where they're just like, you know, Simon Nielsen is a freak. Like, that guy getting that many top 8s is unprecedented. Literally, I think it's unprecedented, his run, right? I guess I'll keep it the same. So, yeah, you try and minimize it, but what can you really do after a certain point? It's still just mostly variance, right? Amount of times I've conceded Team or Fireball out of boredom. I know, Holoprince. I know. They're mid-rangey, yeah. I mean, I'm glad they didn't make me go through it. It would have taken a couple more memory deluges, maybe. Or maybe one more. Look at this hand. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. I want to put the World Soul on the bottom, but sometimes you do rip an early World Soul to kill a small creature, and this deck is playing random small creatures. So if I have a target and I can just ramp for 2, like X is 2, X is 3, that's a fine World Soul, right? Assuming I can put 3 lands into play. Pillage for 4, sure. It's not often you see Pillage on turn 2, but every once in a while, I suppose. Damien was running out of mana that turn. I know, BS. It looks like you're running out of mana, but did you see how much I could keep generating there? Because I had the Nissa. The Doppelgang was the key. At first, it's like, okay, I'm floating like 9, 11 mana, whatever it is. What can I do here? Doppelgang has no targets except for that 4 mana enchantment and Nissa, which is legendary, which obviously you don't want to be copying. So you're like, what do I do? Then you just remember that, oh, with a Nissa in play, if I make copies of 3 lands and I put 9 untapped lands into play that all make 1 mana, suddenly I go from 11 mana to like 20-something mana, you know? And then you just keep... This is interesting. I do want a Spelunking and % to hit a land here. I'm going to go for it rather than play Nissa. There it is. Okay. And now I'm going to get another green source, I think. Make sure I can Analyst. No attacks. I mean, Analyst, activate Analyst. You know what I mean. Beautiful play next turn. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if I can find 1 fetch land and I can go Nissa fetch and then activate Analyst after the fetch, that's going to be very good. They pillage again. What are they looking for? I mean, who knows what they're looking for? They've got so many cards in their deck. Looking for some random silver bullet. I guess you're playing 80 cards, hoping that your pillages can dig deep enough to find you the one-ofs that are hiding in that giant stack, but that's tricky. Like, I think I saw 2 Atraxa in their deck. Oh, they're trying to find those things with pillages, but you just can't take turns off to do that kind of stuff in most games of Magic in the first few turns, right? Against my deck, you can, but against aggro and stuff like that, if you're relying on that kind of a plan, it's probably not going to go very well. That's unfortunate, huh? Damn. Huh, let me think. So... Wow, that is rough. I feel like I have to leave up the aftermath here. If I do it now, I get 3 untapped lands, and then I can play Nissa, but what are the odds they have a Tidebinder? I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass. Let's see what they do. Maybe I'm being too conservative. I mean, they are an 80 card pile, even if they do... Oh, what am I saying? Tidebinder. They have a blue mana, but we know they're not siding in blue cards, surely. They're not that insane, right? I think it was just the 1 blue basic because of Atraxa, right? So I shouldn't be playing conservatively. I should have just jammed it into their open mana. Oops. Sure, dude. Except you have 1 land. Because your deck's not very focused at doing the thing. Oh, lucky. They hit 2 more lands. Deal? But they're not fetch lands. So again, much worse with Nissa. Let's see if we can untap. Okay. They got 1 fetch. So 4 mana here? What are they going to do with 4 mana? I did copy lands, yeah. Yep. Yeah, you get triggers for all of them and come in untapped because they're basics, remember. You're so used to having lands come in tapped here, unless you have a Spelunking in play. That doesn't matter, sure. You can have more lands. I don't mind. And the big finish is just Atraxa, like that's not a very, like, it's so just play Atraxa, you know what I mean? Just ramp into Atraxa. Like, the Domain deck already was doing it right months and months ago. Swing. No, they don't swing. Okay, I am going to activate here. Sure. Only 1 island, sadly, but no big deal. Okay. Another forest. Okay, so now we can do some things. I can go Nissa Analyst, make a bunch of mana, World Soul their Nissa. God, a bunch of people are randomly messaging here. My wife, amongst them. I don't know what she's saying. Okay. Yes, my turn. Nice. So let's go Nissa first. Island? This will make it green. Play this. All the lands come in untapped here because of Spelunking, so making big mana. Red. Make green. Get green. Make blue. I can't get blue sources here with these lands, so I'm gonna make 2 blue. And then green, blue, red, blue. So 1, 2, I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. 1, 2, 3, only 3 in the yard, huh? I did play a land this turn. I do want to land to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can slam this Tyrannex Rex right now. That's pretty good. And then I think I'm going to take another fetch land so that I can go fetch an Analyst next turn. Bam. Swing. Alright, time to end this. Beat that. I bet you they sided up of Exile or Path of Perils here. I hope. If they have a Wrath here, that's kind of annoying. Farewell or something would be pretty good. But with this much mana, I have so many outs still. I could just top deck, 2 World Souls will do it. Okay, I don't think that's good enough. The damage is done. Let's find out. Yeah, with the World Soul in hand, I mean, I've got... This is 2 mana off Nissa, plus the untapped land. That's 3, 9, 11, 15 mana here. I'm very close to World Souls raging them. And this will may find me an Analyst, actually. I think my opponent's just putting as many blockers into play as they can. Jack, how's it going? What's special today? Not much. We're gonna be... Oh, Jack, we're gonna be playing a game called Riven. It's an amazing game from my childhood. I remember my uncle showing me Myst, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was totally lost, and I remember him showing me some of the puzzles. And then Riven came out, and I played it. I don't think I finished it, though, way back then. It ran like shit on my computer, too. I don't even remember, a 486 or whatever I was using back then. Pentium 75, I can't remember which PC it was, but they just remade the game. They just remade Riven, and it looks awesome. So I got it. We're gonna be playing it after this, but let's finish this first. Let me think about this. 2 mana. Let's just go to combat first, I think. Let them deal with this. Yeah. Deal. Okay, great. Sure, we can only kill 1, but I can always ill-time the rest away, but now that Elish is gone, we've got stuff to do. Find an Analyst. Analyst, please. Green. Blue. Nissa! God damn it, Nissa, I hate you with a passion. 6, 10, 13, 15. I am a couple short here. Let's draw some cards. Ah. No, I'm good. Okay, so I can Virtue back my Analyst. Okay, so let's see if I can... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So hold on, I have 11 mana. What if I just slam Virtue, and then I have 4 times 3, I have 12. No, I think I'm gonna go Analyst here. Could also bring back the Tyrannex Rex, but... They have 2 mana up. Did they side in a blue counter spell? They sided in Negate. Holy shnikes. You probably wanted to save that for my my World Souls, but... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they have 1 blue island in their entire deck, and they side in blue sideboard cards against me. I'm just gonna pass. I'm not gonna do anything else here. The next Maestro's Analyst, we don't have to try and kill them this turn now. If they have Negate, we were not killing them anyway, so I'm actually glad I baited with Virtue there. Next turn, I think we've got Lethal. They can put whatever they want on the battlefield. Oof, is that a whiff? Eee, that's not good. It's because you're playing too many different things. If you're playing a Bramble deck, you want to have Atraxas, and you want to have, maybe a Tali or some huge thing. But you're playing a bunch of Farewells and go for the Throats and all this stuff, like 7 mana to put a land into play? Yeesh. I think I'm going to kill Nissa now. Oh, can I not? Oh, it's not going to let me respond anymore. Okay, never mind. Sure. I guess I hit Resolve All. Okay. They have 5 mana. They can't activate the Analyst if they play it here. What's it gonna be? Can you put in that tech that allows seeing? Oh yeah, sorry, Sakuda. Ah, thank you for reminding me. I'm an idiot. Yes, absolutely, I will do that. I forgot it was turned off because the Baldur's Gate thing. Sorry. So many things going on right now. I'm getting ready to go out of town this weekend and a million things to do today, and I completely forgot. And setting up the stream, and it's casino day, and I'm not doing a typical stream day today. So I totally forgot. Okay, there we go. That is so refresh the stream and you should be able to see the overlay now. Thank you for letting me know, Sakuda. Okay, looked up Ribbon. Oh, it looks awesome. Yeah, we're gonna be playing it after this, and I want your big brains in here. You need to be good at puzzles and solving different stuff. And okay, let's do this. Okay, they're gonna go for analyst, right? And then I get to kill Nissa in response. Let's see. Nope. Oh, great. Okay, so then I get to Deluge instead. They have a negate. Okay, you're gonna wish you saved that, buddy. Should I kill Nissa here? 1, 2... Yeah, let's kill Nissa because they can't activate Analyst right now, but if they put that land into play, they can, right? So let's get rid of Nissa here. Yeah. Let's see if we can kill them. Should be able to. They're at 17. Ooh. That makes a lot of mana. So let's see if we can find an Analyst as well here. I should be able to. I think this is... There are no more Nissas in my deck. So, Analyst, please. That's the last Nissa? What? How? Sorry, we have 10, 12, we have 16 mana here. So, I think if I just doppelgang a bunch, that should be good enough. 16 mana, I'll doppelgang for 4. That's 12, 14, 1, 2, 3... I have 24 cards. I should just put in a bunch of lands. But I'll draw some cards too. Yeah, why not? Double gang, as they say in French, in German. And look at those triggers fly. Scoop it up. 80 cards, goes down in flames. Big bonfire. I will see you in the next round. Anyway, I think you gotta be like there's a lesson to be learned there. Again, when looking at that person's deck, you gotta remember you can't do everything as much as you want to. The answer is not putting 20 extra cards in your deck. That's not the way. But CFT Sock does, 68 card special, and everybody goes, look at him. He does it. Yeah. They are special. They are something else. I can't. I don't know how in that 4-color Legends deck it was correct to play extra lands. 68 was probably correct, but do you know how much testing they did to arrive at that position? It's wild. And then people see that and go, "Oh yeah, see, it's okay. They did it. They're a Pro Tour top 8 competitor." It's like, "Oh my god." All right, never mind. Carry on. Let's get the bets up here. Will we win this match? I bet yes. It is casino day. All the games are live. Remember, 8-Ball, are we gonna win this? 8-Ball says, I don't know. All the games are live. We've got slots, roulette, all kinds of stuff. You can gamble. You can play with each other, battle each other, duel each other for wings. Everybody trying to make their way up the wing leaderboard. We reset all the wings, so when I come back next week from the long weekend here, it's going to be back to 0. Everybody starts from the same spot. But right now, the top wing leaders, Charlie still on top with 255. So duel Charlie. If you want, say, hey Charlie, you want a duel? Type !duel. Charlie, here Charlie, duel 1,000 with a giant Warhammer. Let's see if he can beat that. Okay, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. We are 2-0 with the teamer Fireballs. The next round here. This is not great, but I get green, I get blue. I can bounce, and then any third land gets me Spelunkadunk. I'm 53% to hit lands. The nice thing about keeping a land-light hand in this deck is you're very likely to draw lands, right? Way more likely than most other decks because half your deck is lands. But Doppelgang a bit of a dud here. Like, this is almost like we mulliganed already. But I think we've got good early interaction. Like, I can bounce a problematic card. Any turn 3 play lets me redraw and then redraw again. Any third land, I mean, lets me play my third turn 3 play. So yeah, let's get green with this. And then we'll get blue with the theater. And then if we do get to 4 mana, this will catch us back up if we fall behind on the board. Yeesh, like against the mono red deck or Boros or something. Okay, well, this is a rough one against mono red, but hey, at least we won the die roll. Oh, now I actually think I need to get red here because I need to have this Fires of Victory up ASAP so I can not die. I could have got blue to bounce, but bouncing a haste creature is so much worse than just killing it, right? So I think it's got to be red there. They're going to go all in. Yeah, double Swifties. Yeah. Double Swifty. Now this is interesting. I think I'm going to Spelunking because next turn I can Ill-Timed Explosion off any land. Yes, that's excellent. Okay, so now I can Ill-Time because this is going to flip and I can get all of their creatures. The downside of this, of course, is we are going to take a giant chunk of damage here. See if I can catch up with you guys. Good evening, Sitar. How you guys doing? And who else was saying stuff? I saw a message from DJ, didn't I? Where was that? DJ said, heard the top tier pros. Yeah, 60s DJ, usually the top tier, yeah. Oh, 3 Nissas. No, they're all legendary, so they just die. BS, right? Yeah, sorry. I just want to make sure I don't miss any messages. Yep, we take a ton of damage. No surprise there. What did they cast? Blazing Crescendo. What the hell is that? Okay, kind of a weird one. But why not? Callous Sellsword. Are you playing black? Is it black-red? Wild stuff. Wild stuff here. I don't think I'm gonna win this game. But black-red, jeez. Okay. I go to 3 life, I guess. Let's see if they can end this. Maybe I'll get another red source here, actually. Yeah, I don't know why black over everything else, but maybe they can't even cast this. Maybe they're just a mono red deck, and yeah. So let me think here. 5 mana. If I ill-timed into a land, I'm 50-50 on each of these draws to hit a land. So 2 at 50-50 is like 60-something% over those 2 draw land. And then I can play a 2-mana spell like Fires, or I could just bounce that thing. That's pretty good too. Oh, but then I need to find a blue source. I think I'm still going to do this. I don't think we're winning by not... yeah, that sucks. Okay. Thing hits us for 1. Glad they didn't have a pump spell in response. Otherwise, I die. And now we've got the Fires up. Hopefully they don't have shock. What do you got? Fires only does 2 damage here. Bunch of pump spells in your hand? And no way to cast this guy? Yikes. Isn't Fling legal? This is 1 mana, but Fling is an instant. Isn't Fling in standard? I think it is, right? Oh, Charlie. Did Charlie ignore my duel? Pappy, hopefully you're doing well, man. Ooh, show off. Okay. I'm gonna pass. I don't have any creatures or anything. I could bring back a land here with Virch. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, you know what? I am gonna get a land here. Let's get another blue source. This does gain us a life as well, which obviously is pretty crucial here. And it gets us up to 7, so I could potentially slam Sky Turtle next turn, but I think I'm going to have to bounce something. I don't think I'm going to have a chance to slam this. I can use it to buy back something. Remember, Sky Turtle gets any card, regrowth, so it doesn't have to be a permanent, it can just be anything. Could also get back like an ill-timed explosion here. Oh, they did find a black source, so they are playing black? Okay, you got me. Red-black aggro, huh? So what do I do here? I have a yard that I can't cast. I think I'm just gonna kick this and draw. Draw another fires, I guess? Okay, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3. So I have 4 lands and 3 of them gain me life. So hopefully we mill some one more. Okay, so let's pass. They scoop? I'm at 3, dude! What? They're playing flings! That's silly. That's a little premature, I think, but okay, well. This is probably pretty good. A Braid, and then sack a creature with flying is good against one of their cards. I'm gonna take a Doppelgang, Shigeki Turtle I don't need. And I could cut even like a Deluge or something, might be a little slow here. And Spelunking. I can't take turns off to Spelunk. I don't know. How good is Shigeki? This gains life, but not really doing much more after that. Sky Turtle bounces stuff, I guess. This isn't the worst, but I'm going to try and keep it like this. We'll bring in Thrum. Thrum is actually a nice little roadblock against them. Shinjima, what's up? Disk space? Oh, that's a good question. You know what? I can tell you right now. Let me look it up. Oh, no, I can't tell you. I'm using it through Steam, so I'm not sure. Steam should tell you though, right? Hold on. If I open the Steam client, it should tell me, I think. Waiting on my opponent. Magic the Gathering. Where does it tell me here? PC. Is it 10.2? Good job. Wait for Fate, you're on it. How you doing, buddy? There is no fling in standard. Okay, good to know, good to know. I've played around 836 hours of Arena already. Not including all the many hours off of Steam and the closed beta and everything else, but... Yeah, okay, so Shinjima, yeah, you know what? Seriously, dude, I recommend just get the Steam client, because at least the updates are all self-contained. One of the big problems with the actual standalone client was that every time there was an update, it would not remove the previous version from some people's computers. So, depending on which version of Windows and what update you had installed and blah, 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 like, you would go back in your add remove programs, like, list in control panel, and there would be, like, 4 instances of MTGA. You're like, what? Steam cleans all that up for you, and not to mention when you buy gems and buy currency on Arena through Steam, it's so much easier. It's just like through your Steam wallet, which you're already using to, you know, buy other games and do other stuff, or maybe you're not. Either way, it's just so much easier. I recommend just do the Steam thing. Epic version and the Steam version. Oh, that's a good question yesterday. I don't know. I've never used the Epic. I didn't even know it's through Epic as well, Arena? Damn. So I use Steam the most for my gaming, so for me it's kind of natural to just do it through Steam, but I didn't even know Epic had Arena on there. Yeah, no, so I don't know. I haven't, in terms of stability, I was testing the standalone client at one point versus the Steam version, and people were telling me on the Steam version they crashed less. And I was like, okay, I tried the Steam version. I was still having issues with crashing and stuff, but that's stabilized. I think the Steam version is running a lot more stable than the standalone, but compared to Epic, I don't know. I actually don't know. It's a good question. 70 gigs? No way, Shinjima. It's never been that big. No. That's Call of Duty size. It's not that big. One module of Call of Duty. Never mind if you want to have the zombie mode and multiplayer, and just Warzone is like 70, 80 gigs, right? But that's like a big ass. That's a big game. Okay, my opponent's not here. I'm going to take this opportunity to get a drink. Be right back. Okie dokie. Oh, I'll turn off the Neo cam. Neo's not here anymore. Hey, no worries, Shinjima. That's what we're here for, buddy. Helping each other out, you know? I don't know a lot of stuff. I need people to tell me and help me and give me their opinions, and that's how I learn. And then I pass that on to other people, and then they get angry because they're like, you think you know everything. It's like, no, I just learned from others. Anywho, they scooped. We're 3-0. I will see you in the next round. That's for the YouTube channel. Let's keep jamming it. Today we are sipping on a... Same as yesterday. It's the Slugger. Bam. Look at this guy. He's a savage. Parallel 49. He's the champ. Sluggo. Or no, sorry. This is Haymaker. The Haymaker cold IPA. Awesome art. Love beer with great art. This company, Parallel 49, has some really wild beer cans. Hopefully you're having a great day out there, everybody. It is Thursday. It's Canada Day this weekend. Canada long weekend. It's the birthday of our country. We're very young still. My wife, when she asked, she's like, how old is Canada? I'm like, I think we're like 200 years old. Are we even 200 yet? I think we're 200, right? Maybe not. Maybe we're like 150? We're like 150. She's like, that's it? I'm like, yeah. She's from South Korea, who, you know, they could trace their nationality back to like thousands of years or whatever. Ken looks dope. Yeah, DJ, nice, good to hear. Me too, man. I like IPAs and stuff. I have some, like my dad. He's like, IPA. It's polar bear piss. I drink Coors Light like a man. You know, he's a boomer. He's not machismo and all that stuff, but he doesn't like IPAs. He likes his beer nice and tasteless. All right, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. It's round number 4. We are 3-0 with the Fireballs deck. This is keepable, so I will keep it. We've got the green sauce to get the Aftermath on 2. Can't use Aftermath right away, so there's a chance it just dies before I can do anything with it, but we've got a backup Analyst. Plus, ill-timed pretty good. Green-blue to start means obviously I need to find other lands, but 53% to draw lands should be more than enough. We've got let's see, 10, 18, like 26% to hit a mountain. If we do, so 53 to hit a land, and then if we do hit a land, 26% chance for it to be a mountain. I'll take those odds. You're in Sudbury. Oh, no shit. Wait, you guys in Winnipeg? Who's in Winnipeg? A Quebec accent? No, I'm from Winnipeg, but my accent's all screwed up. I was a voice actor for many years, so now I say things kind of in an American way sometimes, like borrow, tomorrow. In Canada, it's tomorrow, borrow. But my family's, my mom and dad they emigrated when they were kids from Portugal, so they don't have accents, but they say certain weirds a little bit strangely, certain words, I mean, a little bit weirdly, strangely. But that's it. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe I sound weird. People have told me they think I'm from all types of different places. Sudbury, sweet dude. I drove through when I went to pick up. I bought a Camaro. I was big into cars and drag racing, and I flew down to Hamilton, Ontario, to pick up this Camaro IROC Z convertible, 1989 IROC, and I drove it all the way back up through Thunder Bay and Sudbury and all the towns in between, all the way up to Kenora. Back to Winnipeg. It was a hell of a drive. Long drive. Okay. I think I'm gonna Spelunka dunk here. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, really wanted to hit a land there. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. My talking is kind of smooth? I don't know what that means. Usually if somebody says you're a smooth talker, it's not a good thing. They're like, you know what? You trying to sell me a timeshare in Florida? What do you... He's a smooth talker. I don't know. He's got a silver tongue. Watch out. Pappy, how you doing? Sips 5-hour energy. I haven't been a big energy drink guy, but I listened to the Jeff Gerstmann podcast. He used to be one of the guys on Giant Bomb, and before that he was with GameSpot. Big video game guy. Like me, he's a video gamesman. But he's crazy about energy drinks, and he has this thing where every episode of the podcast he reviews a different energy drink. So people will send him energy drinks from like Sweden or like Thailand or something like crazy. I've had the real Red Bull in Thailand. It's very different than the Red Bull the kids. It's just sugar water in North America. The real shit. We used to have it in Canada at a place called Shoppers Drug Mart, but they no longer sell it, sadly. Okay, let's just do this now. Let's see here. That leaves me with 3 untapped land, then I play another analyst. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I just want to gain a little bit of life here too. See what happens. No selling that isn't for sale. Nice. Cousins in Sudbury. Damn, Charlie. Didn't know that. I knew a guy who would drink an entire... Ugh, damn. Oh yeah, I knew guys who did crazy shit. Like in Thailand, when you would go to the beach parties and stuff, they would give you... hold on, let me think here. I have a brokers after this, right? I'm gonna go green again, actually, and then blue with brokers. I don't need that much red here. What was I gonna say? Yeah, in Thailand, they would pour you a bucket, so you would choose whichever liquor you wanted, like vodka or gin or tequila or whatever, and they would take a plastic bucket, like a child's beach toy bucket, and just pour. Half of it would be just straight alcohol. And then they would take a bunch of these little Red Bull bottles, like the medicinal Red Bull. They come in these little glass bottles, and they would just dump like 6 of them in there. And then they jam in a bunch of straws and give you the bucket, and you had this bucket full of booze and Red Bull, and you'd walk around. This was like at the full moon party and stuff in Koh Phangan. And that's how you drank. That's how I remember drinking Red Bull. It was with the cheapest, shittiest spirits you've ever seen in your life. Like really gross stuff. I'm a little scared. They have monstrous rage, giant growth. Okay. And it was crazy. I mean, this is way back in the day. I can show you a video. I have a great video on Facebook from my time in Thailand. I made like this kind of compilation video, but there's one part at the end where we're in Koh Phangan at the full moon party. It's like 6,000 or no, 3,000 people or something on this huge beach at night, full moon. Everybody's partying. There's lots of alcohol. There's mushrooms, magic mushroom shakes, stuff like that. And there's fire dancers. There's a guy doing fire dancing with these. He's got pots and he had this stick with fire on both ends. And he was so good. And he was like flipping around, like throwing it in the air, doing crazy, just in the middle of like a bunch of random people. Like a bunch of random people are standing in a circle around him, right? Yeah, we weren't going to win that game. Okay. In here, a braid, and maybe Thrun? I go Doppelgang. I'm going to take out, I think, Turtle Shigeki. Turtle as a bounce spell is still interesting here. That might actually be good enough. Just bounce their, one of their big guys with a bunch of pump spells on it, like this thing, Cacophony Scamp. Bounce it before they can, shoot it at me. I'm gonna cut 1 Deluge. Maybe 2 Deluge, and I'll keep 1 spell. Let's try that. I'll show you guys if you want after this. I'll show you that video. It's I just love I love it. I haven't seen it in a long time. It was one of the first things I ever posted on Facebook, because that's when Facebook first came out, was right after I was in Thailand and all that stuff. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm gonna try this, but I don't love it. I don't love this. Okay, this is the only land we can fetch green with, so let's get a second green source with this first. And then I'm probably gonna Maestros get red. I should have maybe gone first with red, just in case I draw a braid here. Yeah, that was dumb. I probably should have led with just red anyway. I had the basic forest in my hand. I didn't need to get green there. Okay, whatever. Okay. Not the worst. I don't really want to play Nissa until after I explode. I'm gonna have to explode and kill a bunch of stuff here, I imagine. Some of my best friends are fire performers, no kidding. What did they use? They used the pots that they swing, or did they use the stick? You should have, like in Thailand, it's kind of crazy, right? Like when you go to places like that, it's like Vietnam, it's like Cambodia. Those kind of countries don't have a lot of rules. Like they have rules, but like nobody follows them, kind of thing. Korea's like that too. Like for traffic, I drove a motorbike in Korea for 13 years, 14 years almost. Different motorbikes, whatever, but I was riding the whole time. And when you drive around, you realize if there's no cop here at the intersection, at light, like you go up on the sidewalk to drive around the cars in front of you, pull back onto the street. Like there's no You can split traffic, like, you know, even cops are right next to you. If you're a taxi or a delivery driver of any sort in Seoul, South Korea, the cops won't actually stop you. Because it's assumed that, you know, if you're doing a job, you must be in a rush or whatever. They're not even going to interfere with you. It's crazy. Stuff like that, you know, it's yeah. Anyway, but those countries, like, I remember we were on the beach, the same vacation when I was there for the full moon party, and there was this British dude. He was wasted. He was like, everybody's pretty tipsy, but he's wasted. And they had this little jar of whatever the gas was that this guy, he was blowing fireballs and lighting the sticks on fire. Like the fire dancers have this fuel to, you know, power up there or whatever. Okay, let me think. I am going to block because I'm pretty sure that we are going to Wrath next turn. Great. Okay. Two cards left. They top deck, and they have a 2/2. If I can untap here with more than 5 life, I feel fine. We'll see though. POI. Oh, Poi is the pot stuff. Staff hula hoop and spitting. Yeah. Anyway, it was funny. They were offering like people a chance. They were like, "Hey, does somebody want to try blowing a fireball?" Like you can imagine how unsafe this is, right? But they were offering. Okay, let me think here. I do want the life, actually. I think that's more important. I was going to say, if I draw a Nissa, I kind of want to save the fetch line to go get an Analyst. But I think I need to just do this. And pass. And so this drunk British guy kind of goes up, and they're like, hey, take a little bit. And we couldn't hear him. We just see this, and everybody's like, oh, this is going to be hilarious. And he's like, and it's dribbling, and he's like... And he's like, and like some fire goes out. He's like, hold on. And he takes, and he was like, you could tell he was like trying to do it, but he was like drinking some of it by accident. We're just like, oh my God, this is a nightmare waiting to happen. I've got a couple of pictures from that trip that are, one guy was in the infirmary and I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? And he's like, what's up? And one of his, I think it was his little finger is like at a 90-degree angle. He was sitting in the clinic waiting for, because everybody's driving around on motorbikes. You just rent a dirt bike and drive around. No helmet. You're flip-flop switching gears and stuff. Shit, that's bad. Oh, I guess I can't? Yeah, I don't want to bounce it, so... Okay. Hit me. They can't play anything else this turn except to land. I'm not going to beat that. I don't think our deck has any way to beat that. I didn't side in pick your poison or whatever, so... I think we're probably going to take our first loss here to Gruul. Had a couple slow hands, and that's all it takes. Yeah, some rough draws here. Not much I can really do. Let's do this. So I'll get this. All right. Next turn. I don't know. I don't even know what we can do here next turn. Let's see if we die. Instagram? Can I get you some Instagram? No, I don't really use Instagram, but every once in a while, I used to have a command on my channel where people could redeem pics, the pics command, and I would show them pics and things from different. I used to be an actor, so different stuff I've done over the years and places I've traveled. People always ask me about this when they find out I lived in Asia for like 15 years. They're like, "Oh, you know what? Like, oh, that's crazy. Like, tell me something." I'm like, "Okay, so." Here's what happened. Okay, let's see if I can find a... Ooh, that is actually insane. Wow. Okay, deal. Okay, so let's get another blue source. Oh, sorry, a green source here, yeah. Blue's the next one. And let's do this now. That is fantastic. Wipe the board. I'll take one. And I get a blood. What do you know? Probably have to play this sky turtle as a turtle, which is kind of crazy. But let's see if we can survive this. Yeah, the case is just gonna kill us. There's no way we can beat that case. So I don't know what you're supposed to do. If you bring in pick your poison, that seems also kind of weird, but... Wow, no plays. Okay. Little surprised here. Little bit surprised. I think I'm just gonna jam a giant turtle, right? It's got ward. I'm gonna do this pass, and then we're gonna blood on end step. Get rid of this forest. I don't need another forest, and I can bring it back as soon as I find an analyst. Virch is ready to go, so I might be able to steal this with a fireball if I can get lucky off the top here. I've got to draw well. I have to hope my opponent doesn't draw well. Crazy. This guy's got ward 2, though. That's pretty good. Do not wish to join? Yeah. No, yeah, I don't usually... I have an Instagram. It's on my About section of my channel. Like, if you go to the About section, you can see Instagram and TikTok, but I almost never post. But I'll show you guys this Facebook video after... I never use Facebook either. I just despise social media in general these days, but I used to have to use Facebook as an actor in Korea. Oh, they decided to pick your poison? Sure. A lot of the agencies I worked with, they would go on Facebook in order to find actors who were not Korean, because they didn't want to go through your agency because the agency would charge them a lot more money. Anyway, we lose. Darn. I will see you in the next game. We are 3-1 now. Let's see if we can get the last. Okay, taking a random loss there, no big deal. Let's see here. Let me try and find this for you. I'll show you the fire dancing dude I was talking about. Is there volume? Oh, this might be really loud. Oh man, this is so old. How do I... Fuck, I hate Facebook. I don't know how to get rid of the stupid comment. Can I get rid of the sidebar here? There we go. Okay. We didn't win that one. This is from 2007. So yeah, this was right after Facebook started. This is the fire dancer dude. He was so good. It's crazy. So there's a whole crowd of people. There's all these people on this side of the, you know, where the land is. But he throws it up in the air, just like doing crazy stuff. But this was obviously shot with an old camera. But isn't he awesome? He was so good, man. And this was just one thing he was doing. Look at that, catching it behind his back. He keeps going till it runs out of fuel, right? Anyway, Thailand's an awesome place. I put some music to this video, but anyway, taking videos of the crazy water. They take you out on these little boats. It's like a V6 era, the 4-cylinder engine on a rudder. It's off 22-meter cliff here, or 19 meter, or 22 feet or something? 19 feet? No, this was the big one. This was the really big one. This was like 10 meters or something. That's my buddy Dan. I just jumped off, but a guy broke his back like a week before we got there doing that stuff. But anyway, that's Thailand. And then there's other stuff. TV commercials. This is the TV commercial I did with Psy. With when Gangnam Style. That's me. But the resolution is so bad on these videos. I used to be an actor here. This is a scene from... Yeah. Oh wait, there we can go to HD. So the camera's going around on a rail and we're all frozen and they've got all these pages and everything they're all on wires. You can see the thing I'm holding. I'm in the orange. It looks like when the camera is going around. This is you see this is a crazy like Red Dragon Pro 5.0 camera. But to make it all look like it's being thrown in the air and like, oh, we're all just like holding our position. There's me holding my ridiculous face as it's something to do with the USB connection. This is a long time ago when they were switching USBs. Anyway, stuff like this. Yeah, you can see the donuts in the air. So I'm just showing people, what else? What is this one? This is some other... Oh, I had to dye my hair for this commercial. See if you can spot the old D here. This is for latte? Some latte thing. There's me. 1 second. See, that's it. If you blink, you miss it. That's what being a commercial actor is like. What else do I have here? Not much else. Drone. This guy let me fly his crazy drone.
All right, here we are with the camera.
Ooh. When you do a car commercial, they use a lot of drones for the car commercials. And this guy's like, "Here, you want to fly it?" I'm like, "Sure." And he gives it to me, and he's like, I'm like, this is like moving it around. He's like, "No, watch this." He like jams the thing, and it just goes like straight up into the air and disappears. I'm like, what? Has like a kilometer range or something. The crazy drones they use for filming commercials and stuff. Anyway, camera trucks and everything. Anyway, there's me flying it. Some random Korean guys watching us.
Wow, autopilot.
And it just comes back. Yeah, that's the drone pilot guy. Yeah. Anyway. Random stuff like that. Anyway, let's get the last match going here. We're 3-1. We'll get the bets up one more time. Oh, the fire guys. Oh, I have no idea, Sakuda. Yeah, the fire stuff? I didn't get the guy's name. That was just some random dude, like Thailand. Fuck, he's alive anymore. But Ace Bride, do you think that's cool? Thanks, dude. People ask me about that kind of stuff because it's a weird job. Not a lot of people have done like television acting and all this kind of stuff, movie work. I did it for like 10 years, 12 years, something like that, full time. And so my Facebook's full of stuff like that, random pictures. All right, will we win this match? Videos, and people love seeing behind the scenes. It's pretty cool the way they make a lot of that stuff, but you learn a lot too about sound and light. Man, all the stuff they would do, like especially if you're shooting a commercial where, you know, if I'm holding a glass, like the reflection and everything off the glass totally screws up, you know, the camera, the lighting and everything. They have to have all these filters and special lights so you can't see the reflection of the camera in the glass and all this other stuff. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are. We're 3-1. Can never get a 5-0 in one of these things. We lost our 4-0 last match yesterday, and now we're 3-1, playing for 4-1 here. And I think I'm gonna keep this and see if we can pull out a win here. Oh yeah, the fire guys, I have no idea. Yeah, you'd have to look that up, but I mean, they're all over the place. Or do you mean the people Waft Turtle? Oh, Waft Turtle hired for the wedding or whatever? Or your friend's wedding? Yeah, they probably have an Instagram, for sure. But I know other people who did that. There was a burlesque dancer. There was a girl that I used to know in South Korea. They a lot of the expat or the foreigners over there that live over there, they started a burlesque company, and they used to do awesome stuff, really awesome shows and everything. And in Korea, it was very unheard of. Like Korean people were like, "What? It's stripping. It's strippers." And it's like, no. It's burlesque. There's this whole story being told here. It's like the opera, right? Like there's a story. It's singing, but you know, and it was always awesome to see Korean people come in and, you know, the women and men who were like basically almost naked on the stage, but dancing and crazy makeup and everything. I thought burlesque was really cool. And I knew a bunch of people who did it. One of the girls I knew who did it knew how to do the fire pot stuff. I guess we're going to get a red source here. And it was really awesome to watch her do her thing. She was very good. But that guy in Thailand was insane. And I think he was like drunk or whatever. Like he was just, you could tell he wasn't even like seriously trying. He was just like kind of doing his thing. Really cool. Anyway. Blue Eye Control looking weird nowadays. Oh, did I put Blue Eye Control? I did put that. We changed it at the last second. I forgot to change the stream title. My bad, clown. Sorry, buddy. I guess I should change that with Teamer Fireballs. Oh. There we go. Okay. Oh, great. The mirror. What they hear, but no can do. I think I'm just gonna kill their analyst and be on with our lives here. Okay, Nissa into draw a fetch land next turn would be perfect. I don't do any more acting. No, hunting. And voice acting I stopped too. I used to do a lot of voice work. And that was all in Asia. My whole career was over there. And then I moved here. And it's very much a people business. It's a networking thing. And it doesn't transfer overseas. The United States and Europe, you'll have a lot more work going between them. But no. In Asia, like especially the mentality of a lot of the Asian, like in Korea, where I used to live, a lot of the agencies, a lot of the business, like the clients. I used to do jobs for Samsung, LG, Hyundai, Kia, like big international companies. But they don't want to work with you if you're not in Korea because they want to send people. There's every job I do, there's like a bunch of people from Hyundai, executives, like people way up in the marketing department come to the set and they try and like make sure everything's the way they want it and everything. It's really fucked up. It pisses off a lot of directors because I'm dead if I don't find a fourth hand here. A lot of directors hate having the client over your shoulder telling you, hey, do this, do that. One of the TV commercials I did went viral for being so bad. The acting was so bad. It was like, I think the title on the post on Reddit was like, Samsung hires world's worst voice actors, or world's worst actors. And one of them was me. And I'm like, oh shit, somebody saw it on Reddit and they're like, dude, is that you? Is that a commercial you did? And I'm like, yeah, holy crap. They're saying you're the worst actor in the world. And I'm like, yeah, me and the other two people? Yeah. So I went on Reddit and I posted and I said, look, I can understand why it looks really bad. This is why. And I tried to explain and people were like, oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know, it's being dubbed for the Japanese market or the Malaysian market. So when I deliver my lines, I have to speak slower than normal. The director will tell me, can we do that again? Can you speak more slowly? Yeah, okay. And then like it was a Samsung Evo SSD hard drive commercial. And they want me to hold up the hard drive at one point and go, oh, it's so light. And like do this. Like, I know when people see that, they think it's the cheesiest, stupidest thing they've ever seen. But what you're not realizing, it's not me acting doing this. It's the director telling me to lift it up and shake it to show how light it is. And even I'm like, really? But that's not what I would ever do in my life if I ever was in this position looking at this hard drive. And he said, I know, but the client is here. The client just wants to see what it looks like to do that. And, you know, so it's somebody at Samsung who doesn't know anything about advertising or whatever, like who doesn't make a commercial, never made a commercial. They are the ones kind of calling the shots. It's very frustrating because you hire somebody to do the job, you hire a production company to make a TV commercial, and then you hover over their shoulder and try and change a bunch of stuff. Like, and because of the hierarchy thing, like the production company, the director is never able to tell them, hey, can you back off? Let me do my job. That would be just unheard of. They would like, they would be so pissed they would pull the plug on the entire commercial. You know, it's like this over there. It's very frustrating, but it is what it is. I'm gonna lose. Terrible draws this game. Not much I can do. Let's see if they can kill me here. Gonna be a lot of clicking. So I don't do any more acting, but I wanted to. I moved back to Canada in the middle of the pandemic. So at the beginning, right when it started breaking and everybody went into lockdown in May of 2020, I moved back. And so the whole industry was shut down. I had to wait. That's why I started streaming. That's when I was like, I want to do this kind of stuff. I used to do live news. I used to do broadcasting. I've done lots of theater and you name it. Like streaming, the entertainment side of it's easy for me. I can sit up here and talk all day. That was my job for years, you know, in front of a camera talking. But, you know, and I'm a big gamer. I love games for my entire life. I've been a lifelong gamer. Every type of game, from card games like Magic, I've played since it came out, to board games and video games, of course, and everything. So I thought streaming's like the perfect intersection of the things I love and the things I'm good at. However, it's a tough thing to build. It has nothing to do with how experienced I am or anything else. I'm an actor and voice actor professionally, but that doesn't mean anything when it comes to streaming. The biggest streamers on the planet are not good entertainers. It seems like they're just like, they're either really good at a certain video game or they I don't know. On YouTube it's different, but like Twitch, like and like I don't know, Dr. Disrespect. I mean, do I even want to mention his name now? But wow, they wipe both their own analysts. I guess they don't need them with the virtue in play, right? I'm just dead here. I have 8 mana. So I can bounce. Oh, this is only creature? Yeah, I'm dead. I'm very dead. I only have 2 fetch lands in the yard. Huh. Okay. Maybe I draw. No.